It is Rich Face back again for My Life, My Way, my face buried in a book. And I may have done a thing last night / this morning. I may have started reading a new book on my Kindle at about 5-ish, 6-ish o'clock yesterday afternoon. I may have then proceeded to stay up until 12:30 a.m. this morning to finish said book. I also had to work today. Do I regret my decision to stay up and read till 12:30 in the morning? No, I don't. I would do it again. I probably will do it again, at least once or twice. But, oh my goodness, it was so worth it. I mean, so worth it. So what did I read that had me so enthralled that I stayed up until 12:30 in the morning? Well, my Kindle just shut down. Otherwise I would show you, so let's see if we can reboot it. Here we go. I was reading Renegade Hearts by Nikki J. Summers. And oh my goodness. So this is the first of 3 that are currently out. And oh my goodness, it took every fiber of my being not to load the second book in the series, Tortured Souls, straight up and be like, yes, I will read this one too. I did have a little bit of willpower this morning at 12:30 in the morning to stop myself from doing that, because I don't think I would have been able to stop reading that one until I finished it, which probably would have been about 6 in the morning. So no, wasn't going to do that. So what had me so engaged? Well, first off, it's an enemies to lovers love story. It's, an enemies to lovers story. And that's not normally something that I really thought that I was like, yes, I like this. But I really enjoyed it. Like, I think because the characters were so well written and there was so much backstory, you understood where each character was coming from. Like, so Renegade Hearts is based around Emily and Ryan. And oh, their story is just so well woven. It is just immaculate. Like, just when you think you know what's coming, it sort of goes, no. We'll just leave you on the edge of your seat just a little bit. So you just have to keep reading for the next chapter so that you know what happens. You can't put it down because you really do need to know what is happening with these characters as they're developing and as their relationship develops and as they grow as people. And what I love about this is, so yes, it is an enemies to lovers story, but you also get her friends and her family and his friends and his family, and they all are so well written and so developed and so well rounded. It's amazing. So Renegade Hearts is the first one, then we've got Tortured Souls, then we have Fractured Mind. Now Ryan is part of a little group of men that call themselves the Renaissance Men. So you have Ryan, Brandon, Finn and Zach, and the books coming afterwards all follow through one character's story. So you can read them as a standalone, but I think if you start from the beginning, you get a lot more backstory into why they are the way they are, which is really nice. And then, so I am thoroughly looking forward to reading Brandon's story next in Tortured Souls, because I found myself having a love-hate relationship with him in this book, because I was like, if you were just quiet, just for a minute, you'd be so much more appealing sometimes. But that was also because I think he spoke the truth a lot of the time, and that's sometimes hard to hear. But yes, I love how well written the relationships, even not just the enemies to lovers, not just the romantic relationships are written, but how well written it is between friends, between parents, between siblings, between actual enemies or people that they don't like. Like, to have something be so grounded in reality and so well-rounded and so appealing and enthralling that you can't put it down because you need to know more about these characters. Like, that is what this book was like. Oh my goodness. And yes, okay, I started reading the next one on my lunch break today in the middle of town because I tried to put it off and I just couldn't put it off any longer, so I read like 3 chapters on my lunch break of the new book, the next book. So it's safe to say that I am addicted to this series. I am very much addicted to this world, and I so can't wait to see where the Renaissance men go next. I would like to know how I find a Renaissance man, because I haven't picked a favourite. I don't think I'll be picking a favourite until I read all of the books. But I love that it's not straightforward. Like, it's not just a, yes, we fought, now we're madly in love. It was filled with so many twists and turns, and the 2 main characters pushed each other and challenged each other and helped each other to grow in ways that I don't think either of them even saw happening, which was it was lovely. It's always nice when you watch characters sort of grow and develop in a way that you were like, wait, I did not see that coming. I did not see that aspect of you changing. I did not see that happening. Like, that was one of the things that I really enjoyed the most, was the little unexpected twists and turns, not with the whole story, but just with the characters and how they interacted with each other towards the end, and how different their views and inputs sort of seem to change. So, like everything, as you grow up, as you go through things, you change, you develop. That was what happens here. When you enter into one relationship, other relationships change. So it was really nice to see all of that explored, and it was really nice for the typical bad guys or bad boys not to just be bad boys, like, but to have something underneath, and to have a typical good guy not just be a typical good guy. Like, it was nice to have like roles reversed and be like, oh wait, there's more to the bad boy that meets the eye, and there's more to the good guy that most people would root for. Than I didn't root for the good guy because A, I didn't want to, B, I didn't like him, and C, ew, no, when you figure out there's more underneath that, no. But I did root for the bad boys from the get-go because I knew, just based on the writing to begin with, that there was going to be more. You were going to understand these characters more by the end of the book, and you did. And I can't wait to read the rest of the series and to get to know them all a little bit better. So yeah, I highly recommend going and having a look at Renegade Hearts. It is on Kindle. It will be one of the ones that is coming from this to paperback, because the cover's pretty. The book's amazing, and I want it hard copy on my shelf. I feel like that's going to be my thing. Like, if I finished a book and I really enjoyed it, it's going to move from Kindle to hard copy as soon as possible. But yeah, highly recommend. Give it a read. I would recommend don't start reading it if you've got to work the next morning, because it's very hard to go to sleep. But yeah, that's it for me today. All right, bye.